Want to know the best RV resorts? Here's our top 7 favorite RV parks.
Awesome. Welcome back to the RV Odd Couple. My name is John.
And I'm Mercedes. Long story short, we sold most of our possessions in pursuit of freedom, independence, and adventure.
Because life is so short.
It is. And in this video, we're going to share with you the best places to RV. We've been to over 30 campgrounds, and we're showing you our top 7. Many of you have shared with us that you want to see more of the places that we are exploring, so this video is intended to do just that. We're going to share with you why we love these RV resorts, and we're going to share with you tips if you decide to travel there, things that we wish we had known. We're going to share with you how much it costs us to stay at each place.
And then we're going to share a little hidden gem that I bet you none of you have ever heard of, and it will blow your mind.
Enjoy. So the first one on the list is Verde Valley, and this is located in Cottonwood, Arizona.
We absolutely loved Verde Valley. It is a huge resort. They've pumped in a couple of $1 million in some upgraded sites. They were actually doing the construction while we were there, and it's only about 25 to 30 minutes from Sedona, which is absolutely beautiful. This is also where we took the train ride, if you guys remember. If you're ever in Verde Valley, make sure you take that train.
Verde Valley is a 1,000 trails resort with over 340 sites. Now they have RV sites, they also have tent camping sites, and they have cabins.
There's a beautiful swimming pool. There is also a hot tub.
And we loved it because of its location. The only downside is that the internet was poor because it is down in the valley. We were able to get a signal though with our Mimo and our Wilson antenna.
We got a snowstorm the day after we got there. So we were kind of hunkered down. It's probably a beautiful place to visit in the spring and also the fall.
So knowing what we know now, we might have considered a site at a higher elevation because the higher you are,
the better reception you're going to get for phone and internet.
So we did have to pay $5 a night for 50 amp. So our total cost was $111.67 with tax to stay here for 3 weeks. Now we are members of 1,000 Trails, so that's why it was so little to stay there. If you're interested in a 1,000 Trails membership, make sure you speak to Jim and Brandy. Don't make the same mistake we did because we ended up paying 11% more on taxes. We'll link to their information below too.
We don't just like our 1,000 Trails membership. We absolutely love our 1,000 Trails membership. Guys, we're under $10 a night so far this year, and that continues to go down the more we use it.
The next park is located in Santa Barbara, California, and it is Rancho Oso.
Absolutely gorgeous. Mercedes and I had never been to where the mountains meet the coast, and if you like that, go to Santa Barbara. Rancho Oso was awesome. They had a ton of different activities there. They were pulling kids around in wagons. They have a great little place where they make dinner. And again, it's just an absolutely secluded, located right in the Los Padres National Park.
Rancho Oso has 159 sites, including RV sites, tent sites, and cabins. Now, some of the things that we loved about Rancho Oso was just the staff. When we got there, I mean, the staff greeted us. He was like, "Welcome to Rancho Oso," and we could just tell by his energy that we had arrived at a special place.
Don't you love it when you pull into a place and they just say, "Welcome," with a big smile on their face? It really does make a big difference. We love the management at this park.
It is a little bit of a drive to groceries, but it was pretty, so it's not a pain when it's such a gorgeous drive.
We were able to get down to Santa Barbara, which was about a 25-minute drive down some really cool windy roads out of the mountains to the ocean. Santa Barbara is absolutely beautiful. Sage was able to play on the beach, and I was able to get some beautiful shots from above with the drone.
The only downside about Rancho Oso is there's a couple hairpin turns. And it's a little scary because you got the side of the mountain on one side and then a cliff on the other. There's a convex mirror. It's a blind corner. So that is a little scary, especially if you're towing and you're 60 feet long like we are.
65.
And the only other thing is that we wish the pool was heated. It was a little cold.
Yeah, the pool was kind of cold.
But knowing what we know now, we would have gone horseback riding because it's called Rancho for a reason. There's a ranch and there's horses, and we got to see a baby horse. It was so awesome.
Yeah, Sage loved seeing that baby horse, but the surroundings, it's so secluded and out in the middle of nowhere. It's extremely quiet. And again, you're sitting in a valley surrounded by mountains. We absolutely loved Rancho Oso.
Rancho Oso is close to Lake Coachman, Santa Barbara beaches, and Los Padres National Forest. Our cost to stay here was $0 with our 1,000 Trails membership.
That was with 50 amp, guys.
The internet service was a little spotty, but we were able to get a good signal with our Wii Boost. The next on our list is Pacific Dunes. This is located in Oceano, California, right next to Pismo Beach.
Yeah, this was really special for us. This is the first time we got to see the dunes in California. And so we got to Pismo and absolutely fell in love with the area. The resort sits literally right up against the dunes. It's about a mile walk up and across the dunes to where the ocean is.
Pacific Dunes is an encore resort with 229 sites. What we loved the dunes. It was absolutely incredible.
We all had such a good time there. It was so much fun. Sage loved the dunes, and so did Skippy, chasing each other around, and you could literally walk for miles on end.
The other thing we liked about this location is it was close to good grocery shopping, and the internet was good too. Yeah, Pismo's a special beach because you can drive on the beach and you can ride horses on the beach. The only downside is that when you drive on the beach, you have to remember to air down.
Air down and have a Viair compressor with you guys. You don't want to get stuck.
And if you do get stuck, make sure you ask the Jerk Pirates for help.
The Jerk Pirates are on Facebook, so make sure you become friends with them before you head out to the beach, because if you do get stuck, a Jerk Pirate will never leave you behind. Someone will come and get you out. It's expensive getting a tow out of there.
Knowing what we know now, we would have visited Big Sur, which is really close to there. We would have gone to Avila. Our cost to stay there was $20 a night, so we spent $280 to stay there. It was well worth it. The next RV park on our list is Yosemite Lakes, and we are very, very familiar with this RV park because we've stayed here longer than we've stayed anywhere else.
This is where we had a family of Stellar Jays set up a nest on the back of our ladders. We ended up staying there the entire spring, guys. I mean, how blessed is that? We got to spend the entire spring in Yosemite. When we got there, we had snow, and by the time we left, it was 92 degrees. This gave us lots of time to go all over Yosemite before the summer crowds came. We highly suggest you get to Yosemite. It is, we believe, one of the most beautiful places on earth. And when you go in the spring, it was bursting with water. They had waterfalls everywhere. One of the members of the RV Odd Squad gave us a behind-the-scenes tour here at Yosemite, which was absolutely phenomenal. We had a blast.
Located in Groveland, California, Yosemite Lakes is a 1,000 trails park with 490 sites, which includes RV sites, tent sites, cabins, and yurts.
Yurts. The best part about Yosemite Lakes is it is the closest private campground to the entrance of Yosemite National Park.
We love the fact that the park actually backs to the Tuolumne River. And then also we love the people. The people there were absolutely incredible. You can tell that they really like working there. They constantly have activities to keep the family busy.
Obviously, being within a 10-minute drive of Yosemite and there for 2 months, we got some absolutely incredible footage of Yosemite. It was in the spring, so it was just bursting with waterfalls everywhere that you looked. We got to see wildlife, bears and deers and
sequoias.
My daughter Mackenzie flew in. We were there that long. Mercedes and I experience will be something we'll carry with us for the rest of our lives. Those birds changed us, and we believe that God put those birds in our life for a reason.
The only downside was internet. You can get internet in the lodge. That's free.
This was the biggest downer because it is the only park we stayed at since we've left where we didn't have internet or cell phone service. They did just invest $160,000 in a new system.
So knowing what we know now, what would we have done differently? We would have stocked up on groceries because there is only one grocery store on that side of the mountain, and it is a little pricey. So
really pricey. Remember, guys, this is California, right? So everything's double. We were paying $8 for a gallon of milk. We were paying $5.09 for gas. And the closest Walmart was an hour and a half away.
So if you're gonna go there, just make sure you stock up. And also at the gas station up top, show them your 1,000 Trails membership and you will get a discount. We left a part of our hearts at Yosemite Lakes.
We did.
And we're going back, even though I don't know if they want us back.
The staff and the management was absolutely fantastic to us. They were wonderful. They couldn't have been any better.
Our next top park is called Highway Haven. It's located in Sutherland, Oregon. Now this is one that we stayed at through Passport America, although they do also participate in Good Sam's. They have 99 RV sites, and 2 of them are cabins that are movie themed. This is unlike anything you've ever seen before.
And it was so cool because we called ahead to find out if we could get reservations, and one of the managers was actually an RV Odd Squad member. This park was like walking through a time warp and being back in the 1950s. It was just so cool. They had all these red and white chairs, this old Coke bottle machine. Mercedes got to have Coke out of a glass bottle for her first time, and it really does taste different. But what really makes this place cool is it used to be an old drive-in theater. And what they did was they converted it into a campground. And every night they play one movie.
They tell you the radio station, you change the dial to the radio station, and you can watch the movie from your RV. They have free popcorn, of course, and it is just such a treat. Sage absolutely loved the popcorn.
The park itself was laid out perfectly, especially for big rigs. There was plenty of room for everybody. It was immaculate there. The management took really good care, and we loved the 50s theme. It was fantastic.
Yeah, the sites were really flat. It's not one of those parks with lots of amenities, but it was so clean and so immaculate that makes a big difference. I'd rather have less stuff, but it's all in very, very good working order. It was so well taken care of. But obviously the thing we loved the most was the people, because the managers are RV Odd Squad members.
Now, we could have just stayed right in our RV and tuned the radio to watch this. It was the Groundhog Day was the movie that we're watching. But what was really cool is a whole bunch of people. They set up chairs right in front of the old movie box where they projected up onto the screen, and just neighbors come out to socialize and be friendly with one another. It was really wonderful.
The only downside to this place is that we just stayed for one night.
Yeah.
So that is something that, knowing what we know now, we would have stayed longer.
But once again, we bumped into RV Odd Squad members who are now friends of ours for life. The internet was fantastic. Both AT&T and Verizon worked fantastic.
Typically, the nightly fees range from $40 to $47 a night, depending on whether it's in the weekday, weekend, or 30 versus 50 amp. But there are discounts if you stay for a week, and there's also a discount if you stay for a month. The next resort on our list is Crescent Bar.
Crescent Bar.
Located in Quincy, Washington.
It's right behind us, guys. What a slice of paradise. And guess what? The secret is not yet out on Crescent Bar. This is one of the most beautiful places we've ever stayed at. It's like no one knows that this little slice of paradise is available yet. We actually got to meet 3 RV Odd Squad members while staying at Crescent Bar.
So Doug came to visit us, and then Alan and Polly also stopped by and visited us, and it was such a treat. It was so cool getting to hang out with RV Odd Squad members. The best.
Now, in the area, there's a beautiful golf course right behind our campsite. Obviously, you've got Crescent Bar and the Columbia River, which runs right through it. You drive 5 miles down this river, you got sand dunes, you've got wildlife. We saw some longhorn sheep, but it was just an absolutely beautiful day. While in Crescent Bar, we looked to rent a boat for the day. We found Crescent Bar Excursions. The owner's name is Captain Tom. He is absolutely fantastic. He met us down at the boat. We rented it for 4 hours. His boats are clean. They're safe. Guys, if you come to Crescent Bar, you've got to rent a boat for a half day or a full day. You won't be sorry that you did. Tell Captain Tom at Crescent Bar Excursions that the RV Odd Couple sent you, and that you are the RV Odd Squad, and you'll get a 10% discount, whether it's a half day or a full day rental.
Located in Quincy, Washington, Crescent Bar is a 1,000 trails resort with 115 sites that include RV sites, tent sites, and cabins. Now, unbeknownst to us, Crescent Bar enjoys 300 days of sunshine a year. Some of the things that we absolutely loved about Crescent Bar were the direct access to the river, the sunshine, and the internet is fantastic. The only downside is that the grocery store is a little small. Just stock up before you get here. Knowing what we know now, we would have stayed longer and brought our golf clubs. Some of the things that Crescent Bar is close to is the Columbia River, obviously, golf, and fruit orchards and wineries.
That's apple vineyards all over the place, and so they make a lot of apples here. Both Mercedes and I were really surprised. We assumed that Washington State was all trees and hills and mountains. It's not.
Eastern Washington and Western Washington are completely different. So when we got to Eastern Washington, it was so nice to see the change in climate and time zone and just the overall geography. Our cost to stay here was $0 due to our Thousand Trails membership.
And we got 50 amp service and full hookups.
And we've saved the best for last. Royal Coachman, located in Nokomis, Florida, is by far our favorite RV resort. It's the first one we ever stayed at, and it's still our favorite, so that says a lot.
We absolutely love Royal Coachman. It sits right along Donna Bay in Nokomis, Florida. It is really close to everything that you can shop for. Nice restaurants, shopping centers.
Royal Coachman is fantastic because it's a slice of paradise, but it's really close to good shopping and beaches. So you feel like you're in the middle of nowhere, but you're not in the middle of nowhere. The internet reception was really good. The only downside to Royal Coachman is that we created a video about it and now everyone knows about it. So knowing what we know now, we would have waited and gotten an annual site before telling everyone about it.
They are pretty much booked solid this winter. We have a very soft spot in our heart with Royal Coachman because it's where we started out. And by far, it has the best amenities of any resort that we've stayed at. Saltwater pool, fishing dock, you can wash your truck and RV there. There's 4 volleyball courts, there's tennis courts, there's squash, there's bocce, there's everything you can think of at this park, and the park is kept pristine. The management in this park is fantastic. So, if you ever want to treat yourself to an absolutely beautiful luxury resort, check out the Royal Coachman in Nokomis, Florida. You'll be happy you did.
Royal Coachman is an Encore luxury RV park with 561 sites that includes tent sites, RV sites, annual sites, and cabins. And our cost to stay here was $20 a night, a total of $280 because we are Encore members.
And if you are a member of the RV Odd Squad, please make sure you're signed up to our monthly newsletter. We're going to start adding new things like possible meetups, where we're going to be traveling, and a lot of information that you really need to know if you are an RV Odd Squad member. We're going to leave a link right below this video. Just click it, give us your email, and you'll get something from us once a month. Check out our next video where it is one of the first videos we ever did before we set out in our Voyage RV full timing. It's our full review of Royal Coachman. Enjoy the next video.